The world is an odd place. Take this moment for example. When a girl knocks on your door, you usually think you're going to get some action. But nope, not this guy. I get summoned upstairs like a dog. But I will allow it just this once, because speaking of dogs, Best Buy has joined my crew. I frickin' love Best Buy. And it turns out Best Buy is a philosopher.
He said, resolve is shown through actions.
Who would have guessed? I immediately kicked things off with some good old fashioned ass kicking and passed the torch to Best Buy. Would you look at that face? I swear to God, if anything happens to this dog, they won't need to worry about Tartarus anymore, because I'll bring the apocalypse myself. This shadow attacks his own mate? What was the point of that? There's like 4 other targets he could have picked, yet he decided to kick his own ally in the teeth. Talking about being your own worst enemy. This was getting easy. About time. I've suffered enough. But then I met Angry Shadow. I went to go whack him, but he whacked me instead. That threw me for a loop. I still won though. I then beat a golden hand with relative ease. Now, I was beginning to worry. I usually never beat those. Something bad was sure to happen at some point now. This was a bad omen. I then picked a fight with a boss, whose ass I immediately kicked by hitting his weakness. They immediately responded with poison, which meant we couldn't do all-out attacks, which made this fight a lot longer than it should have been, mainly because I wasn't smart enough to heal myself. I get greedy and go for a kill shot instead of healing. Living on the edge here, so I am. I then spend the next 20 minutes just wearing this fucker down until he gives up. But at least I leveled up. I felt unstoppable. At last, we had begun to reach my alpha phase. I then died to this deviant. I barely scrap a win against the next boss. Once again, riding my luck to its absolute limit. But at least I managed to increase my stats once again. Yes, I know it's 85 and everyone else's is like 28, but god damn it, what else am I supposed to do? It's really easy to raise stats in this game. Of course I'm going to do it. Not that my over-level stats mean much anyway, when I'm getting killed by run-of-the-mill enemies. Yukari decides she's too tired to keep going and recommends we go home. This is her health bar and SP at the moment. I'm surprised we even managed to get her out of the bed if she's already wrecked. My journey was a success, and I had once again made it to another border floor without incident. I then get rewarded with a decent chunk of change. Junpei surprises me with a watermelon. We then have a midlife crisis over a fucking baseball bat that he used to use when he played ball. Yes, we get it. He's emotionally attached to his stick. Now let me swing it. But then Zamada appears and punches the watermelon. I'm not sure if this is humanly possible to actually do that, but who am I to argue? Then Junpei pours his heart out to me about his beloved baseball bat. If Akihiko could break the damned watermelon with his fucking fist, I'm pretty sure the bat could have done the same thing without being broken or damaged. The president asks me to raise some concerns. Fortunately for him, my character is a mute, because I've got plenty, like the fact that doing your stupid mission will cost me my persona, and the fact you put me in summer school. Are we sure you're not actually evil? I then go to summer school. Sometimes I think to myself, villainy is the true path to walk. Then I get sent to the doctors to make sure my persona isn't in fact killing me. Shouldn't that be something we've checked before this? We've been using these things for months. On my way home, the dark hour activated and a shadow appeared and the person was close to it. I didn't have time to lose. Oh, just him. I suppose I could team up with him. He seems to have a good code of justice, if I'm being honest. I decided to show him what a true persona looks like. I haven't seen his yet, but I can already tell you now, mine is the superior persona. Hey, that's an actual gun. That's cheating. Also, considering the damage he did with just a gun, are we sure the military couldn't fight shadows? He seems to be doing alright. I take some serious damage, and I'm forced to heal. Then this distinguished gentleman shoots the thing again and finishes him off with his persona. That was humiliating. I got shown up by this goddamned hippie, and his persona is ugly too. I can't wait to fight him put him in his place. Sakaya then proceeds to chat utter nonsense as he talks about how the persona he saw today was different from the last one. What is he smoking? She's literally the exact same one. I literally only use one. Mitsuru shows up and scolds me for jumping ahead of myself. Leave. There is no risk when you're as powerful as I. Then it's back to summer school. Yippee! I then take Best Buy for a walk, and Mitsuru and I just do a festival, where nothing happens except I just getting confused by the fact that the shooting game was rigged. I go to Tartarus to do some training before the boss fight. It's very important that I destroy the next boss, and the hippie who embarrassed me. My training was going well, until I got insta-killed and died again to the same enemy. This is supposed to be making me stronger, damn it! Junpei sees a redhead, a member of the enemy team, unbeknownst to himself, and makes a move. I'm sure this won't bite me in the ass later on. That night, I meet my adversary once again, and I ask him a very important question.
My coat is invisible to fools.
Then why can't I see it? He then tries to get me to change sides. If only the game would let me, bud. If only. I finally killed the evil silver dice and got a new tarot card for my trouble. I'm sure it will be very useful in the wars to come. Bloody better be. I got bent over trying to get it. Akihiko and Trenchcoat have a conversation where Akihiko tells him about the heroic stories of Best Buy. Well, if that doesn't motivate him, nothing will. He's a lost cause. Amada listens in on the conversation, where he starts talking ominously to himself. What an odd kid. I give Best Buy some pets and invite him to the film festival. He rejects me. That one stinks. But oh well, what can you do? Then I try my luck with Mitsuru. That was also a failure. So I try my luck with Aegis, and she accepts. Finally, I was getting rejected a bit too much there for a Persona game. It was beginning to feel like reality for a second. We watched the film, and I get Max Academia, because I am very smart. The chairman holds a meeting where he introduces a new squad member, a literal child soldier. That is kinda fucked up, my dude. But then again, they're all technically considered minors, so perhaps we're all child soldiers. Yep, this guy ain't escaping the evil villain accusations anytime soon.
Did he say he was okay with this?
Actually, it was my idea to join.
And that's when the responsible adults are supposed to say, no, you're much too young to be sent off into a literal battlefield where death is a strong possibility. Before Ice here was like, welcome aboard! I get an evade ice skill card, which I immediately give to Pixie in the hope that ice will no longer ruin my day. Then it's back to training, where nothing happens if I'm being honest, except the rescue mission, where I rescue a stud in a fedora. And I get Pixie's magic stat up to 99. Already, Junpei attempts to get with the redhead, once again, where he starts off horribly. But then he turns it around and he gets the W. That is her telling him her name. Now he's got her. Wait a second. Is he the chosen one? The one side character in this series to actually get a girlfriend? Many have tried in my previous playthroughs. Many brave souls have failed. But Baseball Cap just might actually do it. Yes, Junpei, you are the man. I just decide she wants to go to school. Don't know why. School sucks. Then Best Buy wants to join. Everyone wants to go to school. Then Trenchcoat joins the crew. Junpei once again works his magic on the redhead, but then he starts giving away top secret information just to get some poontang. I can't agree with that now, Junpei. I'm sorry. He gets attacked. Damn, that is a surprise. How dare she do that to him? Take advantage of his good nature. So we prepare for the boss fight without him. Poor Junpei. The redhead betrayed him. Perhaps next time he'll learn to keep his fucking mouth shut. I attempt to find Elizabeth, but she isn't there. So I try to play the crane game, but it's broken. So I try to leave, but it won't let me. I guess I'll have to fight the boss. He blocks my first attack. Fantastic. Another brilliant start. The boss obviously uses electricity, which makes you carry a liability. A shame too, because she's my best healer. I was getting nowhere with magic damage, so I decided to switch things up and get nowhere with physical damage. Keep him on his toes, you know. Then I tried charming him, but he had no interest. Almighty damage did alright, but it was still going to be a long one. A long one my arse. I fucking died before I even got him below half health. Blaming the team for holding me back, I switched the members, only keeping the kid. I was doing better now that I didn't have to guard with Yukari every turn. The boss charges up and Fuka does some brilliant analysis.
I've got it! The enemy gets stronger by absorbing electrical power!
Really? My god, Fuka, you're the pinnacle of human evolution. I would have never guessed the boss shooting lightning got stronger by absorbing electricity. Who would have thought? He set up a physical barrier, which was inconvenient, so I let the kid go face first into the barrier. This was a long and painful battle. I was mostly just spamming physical attacks and healing, with a couple of Turagi attacks thrown in there to get a bit of extra damage in. I literally just kept doing the same pattern until eventually this thing finally fell. But there was still one thing left to do. That member of Straga had captured one of mine. This was my chance to show the hippie who the true king is. Prepare yourself, redhead, for a force you've never felt before. A power you have never faced before. This battle will be a battle for the ages. People will talk about this in 100 years to come.
Medea, come.
Chidori, no!
That's it? That's all it fucking took?